Hi everybody, this is Marcus, your Asian tennis boy. Welcome to another video of match play highlights. As you can see, I got absolutely hammered out there, and I'm starting things a little different by showing you guys the match statistics first. Overall, my opponent hit more winners than unforced errors, and in the first set, I was totally blown away. And even though I lodged a little bit of a comeback in the second set, it wasn't enough. I couldn't really get into the game because my opponent was putting so much pressure on me. If you'd like to see how this demolition unfolded, stick around and let's get into the match, shall we? Sadly, I wasn't able to capture the first game because there was an error from my phone. And if you're wondering why I'm hitting so many first serves, it's because we were playing first serve in. This is to save some time for the warm-up so that we can finish the match on time before court time is due. Of course, in retrospect, looking back, we didn't really have to do that. But first things first is that I was trying to adopt the pinpoint stance once again for my serve, and I just wasn't feeling it. So many of my serves landed long and I failed to generate enough power somehow. It felt like I was just hitting second serves even though I was hitting a first serve. Nonetheless, I still stuck with it because I had fairly good results in my previous game against Pei. I think this was a few days after, so I stuck with it and I didn't change it for the whole game. As you can see, I'm just down a break point, which I was lucky to save with a first serve, and right here I pull off a nice drop shot to change up the rhythm to take it back to deuce. And we first got connected through Rovo. I saw that Eugene was hosting this idea called tennis boot camps, where a group of people, ideally about 3 or 4, come together for an hour and we take turns to do drills just like you would do with a coach. And this idea was created with the aim of being able to maximize one's time on the court. One bootcamp session would allow you to work on fundamentals, get your heart rate up because you hit way more balls doing drills while having fun at the same time. Sadly, this movement didn't really take off because of logistical reasons, of needing a basket of balls and courts, which are always scarce here in Singapore. Plus, I think most recreational players would rather meet to have a sparring session, whether it's a match or a rally. Well, if this is something that you'd be into, comment bootcamp down below. Eugene prepared a comprehensive document on how to organize these sessions, and I'm sure he'll be happy to share some ideas with you. Other than during the boot camps, I got to observe Eugene's playstyle in subsequent matches that we played together. Eugene is an aggressive baseliner who uses a double-handed backhand, and his weapon has got to be his powerful and heavy forehand. Given enough time to set up, and he can place the ball anywhere he pleases, if he keeps the ball in the court. And that was my game plan going into it. Because of his grip, which I think he uses a Western grip for his forehand, he usually struggles with deep and high balls. So my game plan coming into the match was actually to try to stay in the points for as long as I can and try my best to force errors from him. But today, Eugene was super dialed in. He played an awesome game with so little errors. I think most of the time that I scored points was because he was overhitting and he was trying to commit a bit more to the shots. And out of all the times I played against him, this was probably the time where he played the best. And I'm glad that we got to capture it on camera. I was also missing a lot of my shots that day, partly because of the quality of shots that I was receiving from the opposite side of the net, which put me under a huge amount of pressure and I was unable to play my game. I think throughout this first set, I just felt like I was on the back foot the whole match. I'm down 5 love, and even though I was up 30 love, I didn't feel comfortable at all. I couldn't find my rhythm, my timing was all over the place, I couldn't handle the pace that Eugene was generating, and even though I would be up on my serve or if I would take it to deuce, I just didn't feel like I had the upper hand. So here we have set point for Eugene, which I'm pretty sure he took it with this wonderful winner. That's right. A bagel it is, and we've come to the next set. I open up with a strong return, but Eugene had all the answers. Regardless, I told myself to put the first set behind me. It was already over, and focus on the second set where I aimed to be more relaxed and to take my chances because I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. For this return, I remember quite clearly. I wanted to change things up a little bit to add a bit of variety, so I came to the net and managed to put pressure on him to force that error. That gave me a little bit of confidence and I started to come in a little bit more. Got unlucky with the net caught right there, but I felt a little bit more confident with myself, even though Eugene was still blasting shots all over the place. But perhaps moving into the net, showing that confidence and not choosing to give up might have helped to shift the momentum and the dynamic of the game. And with a flurry of unforced errors from Eugene, quite uncharacteristic of him, I managed to secure the break. And even though Eugene was still sticking to his game plan of just killing every ball, I told myself that I was gonna just defend as if my life depends on it. Made a nice ace right there, and Eugene just killing with the returns as usual. I tried to go for the ace again, but to no avail. This is the danger of defending. I give him time and space to set up. Thankfully for me, this one landed out. This crazy backhand cross court. And secured the break with a beautiful inside out forehand. And we're back square, level, 1 game all. Tried to go for a forehand down the line, but totally failed. Got lucky by hitting low as Eugene was approaching the net. At this point, I think Eugene was just trying to play a bit more variety in his game. So taking more chances, being more liberal in his shot selection. I called that one out, but I think looking back, it was actually in. So bad call from me. I guess it happens, and because he hit something similar before and it was out, I just assumed that it was out. At that point of time, it was a little bit too fast to see, and that point actually proved to become quite pivotal. I made an unforced error there, but on this high ball, Eugene was going to make an unforced error of his own, and I got another break and another chance to consolidate my lead if I can hold. If. I'm really not sure why I stuck to the pinpoint stance to serve, even though it was clearly not working for me. Before this, when I was using the platform stance, honestly, my serve wasn't that bad and I was quite satisfied. It's just that when I watched Ben Shelton do the pinpoint serve, I was so inspired because he hit so hard, and I was thinking how to generate more power, and that's why I changed over to this stance. It's kind of like, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. So right now, whenever I play, I'm just gonna stick to my platform serve and make improvements from there. This next point is pretty epic. I'm down a break point, and we got into quite a bit of like a hustle kind of point. Eugene had many opportunities to put it away, but I was not about to give up because I didn't want to surrender my lead, and I was rewarded by taking the point and taking it to deuce. And so, with a never say die attitude and a little bit of luck, I managed to hold my serve. At this point, I told myself that I need to keep the pressure on. I stepped in for the return, and even though I got killed, I managed to unleash this monster of a forehand return. Continued to put pressure on the second serve, especially trying to see if I can move forward. And on that second toss, Eugene made a double fault. And right here with a shank, I have 2 breakpoint opportunities and a second serve along the way. Kept the ball deep and high. And with that, secured yet another break to go 4-1 up. Honestly, I was really puzzled and perplexed as to how I was leading at this point. I was playing so badly, yet I'm 4-1 up, about to serve to go 5-1 in the second set. And I think I let my mind drift and wander and just lost the 2 points in the game with quick succession. Thankfully, I managed to pull it back to 30 all and told myself, okay, let's focus and let's try to get this game. Constant bombardment by Eugene secured a break on his end, and now it's 4-2. Suddenly, I'm the one who's facing scoreboard pressure. Suddenly, I'm the one who's forcing the shots and overcommitting. Was trying my best to keep my unforced error count low in this second set, and I think I was slightly disrupted because of how I lost that previous game. Honestly, this was a golden opportunity. I hit the slice really low and set it up for a nice backhand passing shot, but I was just too passive. This point is pretty spectacular. Just listen to the footwork from Eugene. Impeccable footwork to set up that down the line backhand. And now Eugene has yet another breakpoint opportunity. Secured with another backhand. I think that was 3 good backhands that he hit to secure that break. And we are level again, 4 all, when I could have been 5-1 up. If I had held my serve. If. And right now I think Eugene was clearly in the driver's seat again. Hitting winners and feeling confident. Not feeling tight at all. The errors were starting to wither away and the winners started to come back, to my horror and disbelief. And that's how much just one game or a couple of points or even 1 point can change the whole course of the game. With a couple of brutal forehands and a put away, Eugene leads 5 games to 4. And now I find myself in a position where I need to hold serve to stay in the match. Mentally, I had quite a poor showing because at 30 love up, I was thinking to myself about all the points that I squandered when I was 4-1 up, and how if I had a couple of these easy unforced errors, I would be 5-1 up. And I think that's really not the way. My learning lesson is that I don't want to be thinking so much about what happened before, but think about the present and the future, because those are things that you can control. Whatever happened before are things that you can't control. These are lessons that could be applied to life in general as well, which is why I think tennis is such a great sport for character development. Match point down, but I managed to come in clutch with an ace to save it. That gave me some confidence to at least try to hold my serve. So I was really determined to win it after that. Again, with some lucky errors, I managed to hold to bring it to 5-all. When I hit this nice winner, I was telling myself, okay, if I can secure yet another break because I've done it before, that will put me in a great position. But unfortunately, Eugene just has an answer to everything that I throw at him. 2 amazing winners in a row. Was trying to go for it right there, but clipped the net was unlucky. Right here as well, trying to go for the lines when I should go for something safer. And I found myself again in a losing position where I need to serve to stay in the match. Based on what I've seen on the tennis YouTube channels, I think Eugene played like a solid 4.5 to 5.0 today. He was super stable and relaxed, and made really good decisions throughout the whole match to stay aggressive and came to the net whenever he could put himself on the front foot. Even when I started to gain some momentum to start to hit through the ball, he was able to transition to start blocking and defended really well. After the game, Eugene told me that this was one of the better games that he played and gave credit to his ability to stay mentally focused throughout, which really translated to whatever happened on the court. I enjoyed this match thoroughly and I hope you did too. That's the end of this video of match play highlights. Take care, and I'll see you on the courts.